think it's finally time we finish up with this episode, I guess, of the game, Justice for All. Right now, all we know is that Eenie Meenie and Morgan were in cahoots. We just have to prove that to the judge. We got through it. We got through it from a bunch of breaking through psych locks. And it seems like the conclusion I'm at right now is that Eenie Meenie is actually her sister, Mimi. And Eenie is the one who died in the car accident. Because why would her sister fall asleep? Or no, why would she fall asleep and then there was an accident? That's what she keeps saying. I fell asleep and there was an accident. But then she switches up and goes to, no, my sister was the one who was driving, which doesn't make sense. Because if her sister was the one who was drugged, then she would have said her sister fell asleep and she crashed. Why would they both fall asleep? He didn't drug them both. It doesn't make sense. Like, she would have just said that. And then why would she fall asleep that day? Why was she tired? And she never gave an alibi as to why or explanation as to why she would be tired. Plus, when they were inside of the channeling chamber, they showed a picture of who, like, you know, when Maya does her channeling thing, she transforms. We got to see that Enie's face was actually there, or Mimi's face was in there instead of, you know, Maya's like messed up face whenever she switches to someone else. Because it still looks like her, but you can tell she's channeling someone else. Whereas this one was like it's a completely different person. Hello. Welcome back. I'll just like opening with like an explanation of like a little rundown before I finish this. I think I got it though. I think this will be it. Maybe. Or I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff wrong. But I think I understand what's happening now. So we're just going to get into it. That's the plan at least. Okay. Just making sure everything's good with the stream before I get going. And sometimes it doesn't pop up for me. Like, I'll search my own stream and it doesn't come up. So it's like, even though my PlayStation says I'm streaming, my YouTube says I'm not. Which is really weird. I'm not really sure what that means or how that happens. I don't know. I don't know if I understand that one. I was like, you know what? There has to be it because I couldn't figure out how to get him to react. So I was like, this is the only person I didn't show him. So I said, fuck it. And there was no reaction. So I was like, okay, that's good. He wasn't like a complete fucking pervert, which is cool. But it was like, I don't know. Let's just see if this works. I don't know why he would know Pearly, but that's just like the only one I hadn't presented in terms of profiles. Turns out it was actually a piece of evidence I was supposed to show him, which sucks. I just saw you reply on my screen, but I don't see it in the chat. That was weird. What happened? That was odd. This is what I'm talking about. It's just weird. I don't know why it's a little off sometimes. Maybe I just gotta refresh the screen. I wonder if your message will just appear if I do that. Let me see. No, it doesn't. Oh, that's odd. Okay. Well, I think we're good. She doesn't still think she did it, does she? I've kind of proven that she didn't do it. Oh, my dog's freaking out. Wait, no, he's not. He's chilling. Okay. Great Ace Attorney? Is that the one with Apollo or no? I'm not. I actually don't know about that one. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. Strong? My dog is tweaking. There we go. There we go, buddy. There we go. Alright, we're good. Just mean like mentally. It takes place in the past. Phoenix's ancestor. For some reason, it took me and my friend 10 hours to beat the first. God damn. Yeah, I've never heard of that, actually. 10 hours is crazy, though. Technically, it's taken me months to beat this level. But that's just because I haven't been playing it consistently, I guess. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time, all by herself. And she's so grown up. Yeah. And I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me, and well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Why didn't you just say that out loud? Good morning. I actually just felt like it wasn't appropriate, just kind of let her think for herself. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother is coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? You think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. I feel like we got this, Phoenix. You kind of just did that shit yesterday. Wait a minute. Do large foreheads run family? Yeah, see, that is a fair question. That is a fair question. I guess so, man. It's all hereditary. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright. I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you to your alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick. This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, I see you. I see what he's saying. Right. You don't want to be like trying to point the finger at her mom right in front of her. That's smart. Okay. Good shit, Phoenix. Have you noticed how large Maya's forehead would be if you pulled back her hair? Yeah, I feel like sometimes I look at them and it kind of looks like they're wearing a wig. I'm not going to lie. But that's how I look too. My forehead big as shit. Lucky you can't see my forehead, bro. I could put a whole projector on my forehead. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. This famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Became a prosecutor at 13 years old? Oh yeah, he said that. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. I can put 5 fingers on my forehead. I don't know if I believe that. I got 5 head, bro. That's nice. I appreciate you though, Miss. That's nice, Miss Fun Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Mr. or Miss Faye. It's true what they say. Women are really scary when they fight. Uh-oh. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key in the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? Okay, interesting. But Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I'm saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Wow! Morgan really selling her like this? I mean, yeah, we kind of knew she was going to do that, but like, it's just blatant. Like, what if I didn't channel Mia and it was just her daughter out here? That's crazy. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. She was trying to defend her, too. What do you even call this hairstyle? Witness. Name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium and a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique. A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world, that is. Yes, that is. Oof. You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya. She escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order, order, order. Now, she says it confidently, but she has no clue that this is rubbish. She's going to lose her case because Morgan is lying. That's crazy. Or going to lose, like, her streak because of that. I wonder what her retaliation is going to be. Because she's definitely going to lose today. I got this shit. Miss Fey, please testify to the court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. That's how you spell that? Up the ante? Maya's escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door, opened and entered the chamber. I request that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Okay? A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. I remember that. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. How have you hidden this until now? Good point. I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities. I said falsalities. It's falsities. I've never seen that word before, but I know what she's saying. When they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. You know why. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Ma is very smart and sly person. Is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Okay. Let me get some water because I got to read everything all over again. All right, here we go. Maya's escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door, opening it into the chamber. You mean Phoenix opened the door? Just now you said those two. Who are the two people you're referring to? I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply cannot understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. That's fucked up. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Miss Fan? Okay. Why do you not correct her? I guess it's just not that important to correct her on. I don't want to fight the wrong points. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. Okay. I don't really remember her saying that. Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that's a very good point. At the time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another. Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. You're doing a testimony. I want to hear the end of that sentence. Question further. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and the camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Oh, okay, how noble. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fang. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my fault. That's my aunt for you. Okay. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. A pistol was hanging from Miss Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Okay. I'm starting to theorize a little bit. They go into the channeling chamber. Doors close. I'm gonna guess when she got in there, Mimi, I don't think she hit her, but something happened to where she could like intoxicate or cause Maya to pass out in some capacity. She kills the doctor, Dr. Gray. Then jumps back into the box that was in the room behind the foldables, what we're assuming. Maya wakes back up or whatever, and I think she was still channeling. Who is she channeling? I don't know. I'm trying to theorize, but I don't know. Because she definitely said I killed someone, and it was not Maya when she was talking. She was like controlled by somebody else almost, it seemed like. Anyways, let's press this. The pistol was hanging from Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Okay. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head. And this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? Oh. She said that she knocked Maya out. Okay, I thought she said that Maya knocked her out. Okay, cool. I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Okay, so before she told us she knocked Maya out. Okay, now it's making sense. I do remember that. She said she was gonna knock her. She knocked her out or whatever. Now she's saying that she didn't. Interesting. Interesting. But why would you lie about something like that? It is very painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya. Nah, question further. That is her niece, so I get it. So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mr. Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected. What, pray tell, did she... Oof. What is he even talking about? This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. Well, I suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach. Now, witness, continue with what happened. It's weird because what she's saying is a lie. But I need one of her lies here to be something I can easily disprove with probably evidence, I guess? Or maybe I press her and she slips up because you can only hold on to a lie for so long, right? I would think. Then quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped the room. Oh! Hold on. Oh, okay. She hit her in the neck after she thrusted her away. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about that. Was it really that easy for you to escape the room? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There is no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember at the time the defendant was not physically Maya Fang. Ooh, good point. She has... Her logic is sound. She just doesn't have the facts that she thinks she does. She has lies, but it's like when you do research on something and you have a lot of facts, but one of the facts isn't actually true. So then your whole conclusion is wrong because of that one thing that's not right, or, a few things that aren't right. That's pretty annoying. Like, imagine writing a whole paper and that shit happens. Don't take a point from me. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of a nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have, however, and this is when she gets knocked out. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. You fainted. I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps. And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? Question further. So while you were unconscious, you had absolutely no idea where the defendant went. I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Talk to him. Now that you mention it, I have wondered myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. Okay? But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve, of course, which would be Mimi. And they're working in cahoots. They're going to work together. We know that. It looks like Ms. Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. It's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. Okay? From what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That is basically... Damn. Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone. Okay. Who was it? Prosecution calls Miss Eenie Meenie, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. So they're gonna say, oh, so this is what I was saying last time. I was saying that Eenie, look, let me show you what I'm talking about. So that y'all, I mean, some of y'all know what the answer is. I don't, but I think Eenie is the one who actually died, and Mimi is pretending to be Eenie, right? Pretending to be Eenie. Got a whole disguise going, right? And then right here, this is Mimi right here, dressed up like Maya, right? Because remember, there was clothes in the incinerator, and she was over there by the incinerator. She was trying to burn the outfit. She pretended to be her sister, and then pretended to be Maya, channeling her dead sister, even though Mimi is alive. Does that make sense? I think y'all know what I'm saying. She's pretending to be this deceased person who's not actually dead, basically. She was being herself to make it look like Maya was channeling her. Okay? That's what I'm getting at. So now she's going to say that her sister, who was her, went to go talk to her and confess to doing it as Maya when Maya was channeling her. I think that's what is about to happen. But okay. Eenie meenie? Miney mo. I think you can see where this is headed. Oh, she hitting that shit again. Witness, name and occupation. You got a job? Okay, so my name is like Eenie meenie. I'm like researching like parapsychology stuff at the university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. I really want to do a voice so bad, but I'm stopping doing that for the time being. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what it means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Eenie. Or Miss Meenie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is that correct? Or is this correct? Like I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That's alright. Isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. So I guess with Morgan's whole testimony, we didn't really have to provide any info, because like what she was saying wasn't necessarily disprovable with evidence that we had. All we had was Phoenix's account, but his account was never put into the trial. But I don't even know if he can be a attorney on this if he puts his own testimony in, right? I don't think that's how that works. I don't know. After the murder, like when the channeling started, I was like sleeping in the side room. Like a little later, someone came into the room like really suddenly. It was like, oh my God, totally my sister. I like hadn't seen her like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. My sister, she like told me something like totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered your room or entered was your sister? Don't give me the defendant, Maya Fey. Really now, Your Honor. Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling that at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes. Meenie. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well. This is witness? Like, yeah. In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Meany, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Amy? She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go as far to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it all one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Yeah. What do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find the loose ends thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine the witness. I believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you will make this one more entertaining than the last. I mean, it's fun reading what this lady be saying, so I got this. I'll enjoy this. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Was that because your, sesame allergy, was it? Like, that's right. I, like, think there were sesame seeds, like, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, like, premonition that it was going to, like, totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat there? Or missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap. I need to take a nap, I'm tired. Did something happen while you were sleeping? Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. Do you know the time? Okay. Like, maybe a little after 11 a.m., something like that, I think. Hold up. Autopsy report. Oh, it doesn't say the time of death. Okay. I was curious about that. 11 a.m. Yeah, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food. Oh, no, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking you what time it is now. I meant the time, was it when someone came into the room? Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should have been more, like, clear about it. Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? Okay. So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness, about this person who went to the side room. What? I was like, oh my god, totally my sister. Wait, go back, go back. Hold on, let me get some water. Are you absolutely sure? I guess. You guess. Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright, the defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Miss Meeny Meeny? Meeny Miny. Eeny Miny? Eeny Meeny. It's gotta be Meeny Meeny. Anyways, I hadn't seen her in like so long. I was so happy in like a sad way. Okay. Elaborate on that. You were happy in a sad way. No, I feel that. I feel that. Y'all ever been happy in a sad way? I have. I know a lot about being happy in a sad way, guys. But wouldn't most people react here? Oh wait, did I just skip a line by accident? I looked away for a second. Uh-oh. Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? There we go. Okay. I knew I missed something. But I was tripping. But like, maybe if I was like someone who didn't know about like the occult, but I like know all about the current channeling technique. The point here is the witness suddenly recognized that it was her sister. Okay. Yeah, like what she said. Oh shit, my fucking laptop's about to die. Should I drop this or... Yeah, no. Keep questioning. You should ask her what the current technique is. Because I think we have evidence that tells us what the flooring or what the foldable thing says. And then if she knows what it says, that could prove that she was in there. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But, don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright? This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? Yeah, it's very important, because I'm pretty sure she is her sister, but Phoenix probably doesn't think what I think. But yeah. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've gotten to bluff for now. I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Amy, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all. And like her costume looked totally like normal. No, we got you, buddy. We got you. How could it possibly be normal? That doesn't make any sense. So let's press her on that. That makes no sense. So there was nothing odd about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, nothing was like weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Like, it's everything okay? Can I, like, go on? So we're gonna go back and press her on that. I don't know if I'm gonna lose a life if, I do this one, but I kind of want to press this one and then go back. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Okay? Something terrible. What was the thing she told you? She already told us that. Huh? Like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it? Did you like forget already? A foolish fool with a foolish sieve for a brain. Sieve? Sieve? I don't know what that's. You know what, Loki? I kind of want to look that up. I might use that as an insult one day. Sieve? Bro. A mesh or perforated device used to separate materials by particle size. Damn. A foolish fool with a foolish sieve for a brain only speaks foolishly with foolish words. Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again? No. We already heard it. She's not going to say anything different. I did just hear the story. It's not like my memory is that bad. Actually, the defense is fine and does not need to hear the story again. Very well. May continue testimony, meaning. I know there has to be something here I can use, but where? She really put a lot of thought into this lie, didn't she? We can't rush this. Let's take it slowly, one step at a time. She's bound to slip up somewhere. She did slip up. Don't give up. But don't get careless, okay? Remember, calm and collected. Alright. Now, what do we present for this right here? Do we present the profile or the costume? Because she's wearing Maya's costume and she has blood on her. That has to be shocking, right? It's got to be this. Let's go. Lock in. Unlike that. That was a very well spun lie, Miss Eni. And she's already broken character to us in private, so we know she's not who she says she is. At least she's not that dumb as she pretends to be. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. Silly my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Meanie, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Like, yeah, and? But I don't think that's, relax. I don't think that's what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you would be surprised if someone appeared like this before you. Or appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Exactly. Miss Meanie, why did you not notice the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Exactly. You know, I shouldn't notice it because she was wearing it. She expected it to be on her. Order, Miss Meanie. What is this about? Or what is the meaning of this? That's saying the same thing. Miss Meanie? I'm thinking, don't interrupt me. Wow. She spoke very clearly right there. Interesting. That? And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? Well, that witness, her personality did a complete 180 there. Exactly, but Mia wasn't there for that. She didn't know about that. Lots of people do that when they get caught on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. Like, I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now hurry up with the testimony, if you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's going to be. Yeah, it's really just 2v2 right now. I guess, no, it's 2v2. It's 2v2. After the murder, part 2. Like, the siren room was, kind of dark, you know? So, the costume is, purple, right? The blood totally blended right in. And I, persuaded my sister it wasn't, right to do something like that. And then, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Damn. Her testimony was foolproof until she added that last line. And now she's got to just come up with shit on the spot, and it is not looking good. Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. You think? Like, thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Hell no. All right, I guess not. Well, or very well, you may question the witness. Let's go. Like, the side room was, like, kind of dark, you know? Press that. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room. Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court. Like, that's right. Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Meanie's statement? You are such a hopeless cause. Witness, you may feel free to ignore this trite little man. Like, okay. Can't breathe. Let me out of here. So, like, the costume is, like, purple, right? The blood totally blended in. No. You didn't see the blood? Like, yeah. But she must have had the gun with her at the time as well. Ooh, that's right. Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either? I, like, totally didn't. All I was looking at was, like, her face. Continue. And I, like, persuaded my sister it wasn't, like, right to do something like that. Okay, I want to hear what she has to say. Give us bar for bar what you said when you told her to not do it. Or that she was wrong for doing it. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew she, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. And then, like, I took my sister to the channeling chamber. But no one saw you there. Like, we can bring Lotta back. She hasn't seen you. Actually, did Mimi come back at the end? Ah, damn, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I can't think I can make that claim. Was your sister calm by that point? By that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. Nah. Nice try, though. I like to feel a lot better, too, Mr. Phoenix, right? The sooner the better. She says that with her whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Meanie? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... Something out of place. Yeah, the side room would be a good point, because, look at this. Because this is supposed to be in the side room with her. It's always in there. But it wasn't in there, and we think it was in the channeling chamber. That's what we think, right? That's our theory. So maybe that, possibly? Going to the crime scene would be probably this vase, because Pearl had knocked over the vase at the time of the crime. That's her alibi for not being there. So maybe she saw Pearl knock over the vase with the ball. Arrived at the crime scene. It would probably be odd because she saw Morgan laid out when she got there, because Morgan fainted for a bit. Right? It wouldn't be the key. The door would be open. Maybe that would be odd to see me and Lotta in there. But she said that Morgan was the only one in there. I'm going to go with the side room and see if that works. I don't think I lose any points for this. I was talking about when you were in the side room, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. What should I do? Press harder. Thinking harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. Just give him already, Mr. Phoenix, right? Okay, maybe I picked the wrong one. Whenever I put too much faith in Enid's ability to do anything with that brain, it's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes his testimony. If we don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial, I know. We have to give it another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Bet. Let's ask her a different question than this last one. So I was wrong about the box. We have it in evidence, so I thought, well, we have it in our evidence, so I thought that would help, but I guess not. Going to the crime scene. I'm talking about when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder again, see if she says something different. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. It's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly into this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the chamber is that important? I think it's pretty important. Because that would keep her away from the crime scene. That would, you know what I'm saying? If she wasn't... If she was on her way there, she would have noticed that the vase had fell. She would have noticed that. Especially her being associated with the occult like she says she is. As because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Meany, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. Okay, we got something. Okay, let's go. I, like, didn't see anyone on the way to, like, the channeling. That's wrong. Because you should have seen Pearl. But can I present Pearl right here? I don't know. Let's press. It's a safe bet. Try to remember that time. Oh, like, I remember. Like, I totally didn't see anyone on the way. Nice. I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of the witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. It's no good. I can't find anything wrong. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. So now we have to present something. She should have saw Pearl. So I'm gonna pick that. She definitely should have saw Pearl. That makes sense. Profiles. I should save first. Nothing to catch me slipping. I think I got it. Bro, I'm so locked in. Let's go. You say that you didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. However, that is impossible. Like, what do you mean? I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Interesting. You have a semi-intelligent look on your face. So, what about this child? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. The garden. Yep. Which means anyone walking through the area would have seen her. So, Miss Meany, what do you have to say to that? What the hell was that? As the court can see, she's a bit of an airhead. Also, she was leading her sister at the time. Do you honestly think she would have noticed a simple child playing Preposterous. Well, leading her sister doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because her sister went and found her in the other room. So her sister knows where she's going. That doesn't make sense. It's not preposterous, and I can prove it. What sort of foolish? There's no way someone walking along the winding way could have not noticed Pearl. Oh, she was playing with the ball. Is that why? It'd be hard, like, if she was just sitting there doing nothing, then yeah, you wouldn't notice her probably. But if she's playing with a ball, you would like be a bit more alert because of the sound probably. Oh, I can't save. Oh shit. I'm gonna go with the ball. Yeah. Oops, silly me, slip of the finger. God damn it. That wasn't it. Mr. Wright, you need to keep control of that finger of yours. I just thought this is the wrong piece of evidence. Damn, ow. An irresponsible lawyer has no place in this court. I suggest you go home. Ow. Does this come down to a blunt go home? Don't overthink this. All you need to do is remember what happened yesterday. There's no way someone walking along the winding way could not have noticed Pearl. Because she broke the vase? She broke the vase. She told us that. Let's go. Whew, hey, look, we can get one strike, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to make mistakes. It happens. Hit a like on the stream, by the way. I need to get the likes up. That engagement, you feel me? This urn is my proof. An old cracked clay pot. What is this going to prove? I actually made one of those. Well, I didn't make a whole thing. I was working on making one when I was in elementary school, actually. I didn't do the smelting part. I just like molded it with the clay, which is really fun, actually. That's pretty cool. Do you know why it's cracked? It's because Pearl broke it. That's why. She broke the urn. Why do you feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? Or why do I feel like you're about to ruin my beautiful day? This urn was broken around the time the channeling started. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. Which means you didn't go past Pearl. You were in the channeling chamber too. In the channeling chamber, in the box, behind the foldable. You're exposed. That thing kind of plump. Miss Meanie. Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work, putting the pieces of the urn back together. You see? If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I'd have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Meaning. You are a masterful liar. She's really good at this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Notice he stopped calling her Eenie. He calling her Miss Meanie now. I'm gonna hope that he's on the same page as me. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. Tell him again. So, Miss Meanie, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was like sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? No fucking way. No, there is no way. Your lies end here. What do you... The witness says that during the murder, the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that it's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction. Where is this contradiction? It's in testimony just now. It's in the evidence. Maya, help me. Oh shit, which one is it? It's in her testimony. That's a contradiction because she just said she tried to walk past Pearl and she saw Pearl. It's got to be in her testimony. Let's go. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Meany, you made the following statement. And like Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police. So, like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Meany, how did you know that fact? How? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Meany, you did, in fact, go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by the way of the winding way. You ass in trouble. But look at the Manor Guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Because she might have gone through the winding way, but she didn't go there when the murder was happening. She was already there. Miss Meany, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Meenie. So now is the time to prove it. But then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Oh, now then, Mr. Wright, hold on, because you're not gonna do this shit. But I see you loading up the penalizer. You're not gonna get me. All right, I already lost one life. Where was the witness at the time the murder took place? In here. It's the only place she could have been. Miss Meany was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Meany was at the scene of the crime. Order. That's what... Mr. Wright, Phoenix Wright. Have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Meenie was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Right behind here. Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Miney. One so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps. As if you know exactly how old I am. Little slip up action. Because guess what? She's the older sister of Meanie, or Eenie. Gotcha. I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind the folding screen with the help of this. Dun dun dun. Miss Meanie. How you were able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. That's tiny little box? No person could fit in that. You're pretty tiny. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Lada disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with this murder at all. That's right. I was sleeping there, so I should know. The clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Look at her accent. Look at her face! Come on now. Anyways. Mr. Wright. Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? Ooh. Yeah, I have evidence. Because look. Look. About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. There's a hole that looks like a bullet hole about 8 inches off the ground. Gotcha. Yes, I can. And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. It's either this or it's the box. I'm gonna go with this though. Take a look at the clothing box. You're so stupid. As if that there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. What on earth? Oof. I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole. About 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen. Which is why was there a bullet sound effect just now? Did y'all hear that? Or am I tripping? Anyways, which is why the bullet hole from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It was through the screen and then into the box. Miss Meany, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. She ain't got no motive though. Well, she does have a motive, but we need to prove that. Order. Did Mr. Phoenix write? What about this? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Eenie Meenie? That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore the medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. She had it planned from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix, right? Then I have a proposition. This whole idea that... Hold on, let me save, because she might trick me and have me lose immediately if I get something wrong. Here we go. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do all that by herself. Yeah, she didn't do it by herself. It really is impossible for one person to do it all the preparations, that is. Ow. Yet I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? You can't be serious. Miss Meany, you had an accomplice. Maya's aunt, a member of the Fey clan branch family. She is the mother of Pearl. This person. If it wasn't someone from Curran Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you couldn't have that box to use. Morgan Fey. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Meany? You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? You know what? She can still deny it because we don't know where the gun is. We don't know where the gun is. You know? I'm just saying. We don't know where the gun is. And it had Maya's and Dr. Gray's fingerprints on it. But not hers. Unless she had gloves. We didn't find no gloves. She finna break? Ah! Sorry. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murder crept silently towards the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. We haven't found that, but okay. Then she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. Ooh. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected. Yes. Dr. Gray had actually not Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. Okay. So she used a knife to stab. He had the gun. He shot at her, he missed. She didn't shoot through the clothing box. Okay. Because, yeah, why would she shoot through the clothing box? Because he has the risk of hitting the wrong person. Okay. Bet. That's why he was saying through the folding screen, through the box. That's why he was thinking, okay, I was a little off. That's fine. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... Let me let my dog out. He's trying to leave. After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear, which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Meany, she immediately covered her own blood with costume with blood, okay, and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. I remember that, okay. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. You gonna fess up? Ha! She gonna laugh? He wants to come back in. I think he got some water. You just want to get some water, Levi? Go ahead. You're good. You're good, buddy. You seem confused. That's how she laughs. That was perfect imitation. Who is that laughing at a time like this? Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still, by chance, evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma, surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone of Von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, oh, that's right, look. Murder weapon, a fruit knife, belongs to the phase, bears Maya's fingerprints. It only has her fingerprints. It doesn't have anyone else's fingerprints. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Oh, okay. She's saying there's no motive. Okay. I thought she was going to talk about the knife. That would have made more sense to me. Working together with the... Oh, my dog's barking at me. Go ahead, buddy. What's the matter? Oh. 1 second. Worst timing, too, though. That's how it is. Alright, we're good. I think. He's laying down, so I think he's okay. Alright. Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? And well, that's yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was going to say. And one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Meenie want to kill Dr. Gray? Where was her motive? We have a motive. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The only reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. 1 year ago, patient's malpractice. I don't think that's it. I think it's, let me read this. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. The thing about this one, it says Eenie Meenie was in the car accident. The one driving the car, okay, so it does say they're both in there. Okay, cool. That's all I just had to make sure before I present it. That's all. Ha! This is I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now she's even calling me by my full name. You think I did it to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And what you want to say, I wanted to take revenge based on nothing? Well, what do you mean by that? See now, stupid Gramps. I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited so long. And besides, the guy that thought the spirit thing was Dr. Gray. It was a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to that airhead persona. However, ow. Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. No, I didn't. That was kind of clean, though. I wish I could curtsy like that. The end. I think we have our answer, Miss Phoenix Wright. What Miss Meanie has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated, and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Morgan Fay to have cooperated with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Yeah, that's fair. Tisk. So many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. What happened here? I thought I had her for sure. See, like, it's just like I told you. I hope you liked your silence, or slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Eenie Meenie. There we go. Who said hold it, though? Who said that? Your Honor, please allow the defense 1 more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia? Yes. It does sound like a ridiculous, messed up plan for murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. And it is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time's up, Phoenix Wright. Your final answer, please. If you want to say you can prove Miss Meenie had motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? I can. I can really do this. Yeah. I'm not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Meenie had a motive. Ha ha ha. Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination is already ended, after all. Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as I have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness, so help me, I will throw you out of my way. No, no way. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. Bro, what? I will continue this cross-examination after we reconvene. 5-minute recess. We're not ending it here, don't worry. We're not ending it here. We're going to finish this whole thing. Let's go ahead and save. We're like right at the end. I feel like I shouldn't just end it there. Because remember last time when I ended it and it was like, what, like a whole another hour left or so? So let's just go ahead and just knock it out. June 22nd, 12:04 p.m. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Amy could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt? Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to worry about? See, your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age? Are you done yet? You've caused enough pain and suffering. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Damn! Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion. And then we'll know who the real winner is. And then we just jump right back into it, huh? What was the point of that interaction? Was that for me to break through on Von Karma so she can like chill out and stop being so uptight about this case? Maybe she'll turn around and be like Edgeworth and help me out? Maybe. Maybe that's what will happen. I'm petting my dog. I'm not really sure why he's tripping. Maybe he's got anxiety because my door's closed. I don't know. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Eenie Meenie had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Eenie Meenie and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection. And that is a car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Eenie or Miss Meanie, please testify to the court about your car accident last year. Ooh, good idea. She might slip up and say something. Because I was talking about that earlier, how every time she talks about the car crash, she talks about how she went to sleep and then there was an accident, but that her sister was the one driving. Which doesn't make sense. Huh? I thought, like you, wouldn't want to... Oh, hold on. I thought, like, you wanted to, like, ask about my, like, motive. I, like, don't see the point in, like, bringing up the past. Miss Meanie, if you please. Okay, okay. Like, I totally don't think it'll do any good, but... Was she prepared for this, too? She's pretty good at lying, so was she prepared to do this, too? Let's see. Last year's accident. That was, like, last year, in May. Like, something really bad had happened at, like, my sister's clinic around then. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, like, totally pooped, too, so I, like, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, like, woke up because of a jolt, and, like, it was a sea of flames around me. Hold on again. I don't know what's going on. I wish I knew what was wrong with him, but I'll figure it out. I think he's okay now. Alright. I, like, opened the door and, like, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows, day after day, last year. Yes? And there was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. Those were merely rumors. Totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright? You may ask the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Meanie's sister. Yes, or yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Wait a minute. What if they channeled Dr. Gray? He's dead now, right? So what if they channeled him and had him testify? Also, Maya never takes super long. Like when she tries to channel, it kind of just happens purely through like emotion, right? And even Pearl, when she channels, she does it pretty on the spot, so it seems. So if they tried to channel Mimi and it didn't work, that might imply that she's not dead. And if they try to channel Dr. Gray and it works, you know, am I spitting? I don't know. I'm trying. Anyways. Yeah, which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Last year's accident. That was like last year in May. I don't think I need to... She's not going to be wrong about that, but we can press her, though. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like, that was in May, too. Like, the whole thing with all the patients dying was, like, May 2nd. And, like, our accident was, like, on the 24th. Her memory seems to be not too bad. Something that happened a year ago. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sis was like totally tired, so that's why, duh. Like something really bad had happened at like my sister's clinic around then. That was a malpractice incident with 14 patients, where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of this mistake? Like, I heard it was because the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Mini? Like, no way. Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That accident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, a police report has already documented that it was entirely Mini's fault. Which means, as far as the real facts are concerned, Mini is the one who made the mistake. Huh. What if she really did do it and it was an accident? Because she was overworked by the doctor. Like, she didn't get any, like, I don't know. She didn't get any time off or whatever, so she was just really tired because she kept having to work. So now because she was really, really tired, when she went to take care, like, drive her sister around, she probably, like, kind of got tired at the wheel and had an accident. And she blamed it on the doctor for having her work so much. You know, that seems a little bit more feasible than what I was saying. That's a bit less complicated. But I don't have any evidence of her being overworked, just that she's tired. Mini is the one who made the mistake. But, like, it really wasn't my sis. And, like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired when she was driving. Okay? She was totally tired. You mean exhausted? Like, she had to talk to the police and, like, was being investigated, like, every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? Press harder. Why not? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, switch drivers. Ah, she was 21 at the time. She might have been able to drive. Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair point, Phoenix. Okay. If your sister was so tired, then you should have just switched with her. Oh, she switched with her, alright. Anyways, true. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. Ooh. Gotcha. What's this right here then? License photo. Enie's photo for her driver's license. Dr. Hottie's treasure possession. You know, sometimes in anime, there's always that perverted guy who's like, you know, and you're like, this guy is so creepy. But he comes through when you need him most. You know what I'm saying? Like Jiraiya, you know what I'm saying? Master Roshi, you know? And now we have, you know, on that same Mount Rushmore, we got good old Director Hottie, you know? Right, guys? Right. Anyways, this is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your driver's license, Miss Meanie. Miss Meanie, please submit your testimony. Like, okay. Anyway. Now, there's more stuff to press. Is that going to be the last statement? Hold on. Okay, so let's press the other stuff too, and then we'll get there and we'll present. Because I want to see what she says for the other stuff too, to see if I get any more evidence that I can use later. The accident was totally tired, she was driving. Is this the next one that we're on? I'm going to see, we'll read it and then I'll just skip it if it's wrong. The accident happened at night, correct? Yeah, like, it was at like 1 a.m. or so, I think. I had like a paper due, like really soon. So like I hadn't slept and was working like real hard. So it was because the two of you were so tired that this accident happened. Okay. I like woke up because of a jolt and like it was a sea of flames around me. Okay. And your sister, what happened to her? I didn't see her. The car was like totally black and there was like a ton of smoke. I like totally had like no clue what was going on. I like opened the door and like got away. Okay. Please tell us about your escape in more detail. I like kept wanting to forget that time. So like I don't remember things about the accident in like detail anymore. Well, it's all right. No need to push yourself. I think I like gave an interview after the accident. Like that would probably be the most accurate, you know? If it's that article, then I've already got. I could present that to her, but I'm gonna present the license because that's what she said she doesn't have. Miss Meanie, that was a lame lie just now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What is the meaning of this, Miss Meanie? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. That's fair. That's fair. She could have got a license the same year. I mean, she would have to get a license because her sister passed away in the car accident. So why wouldn't she get a license to drive so that she could drive herself wherever she had to go? Fair point. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hottie, or the guy pretending to be him anyway, said so. What are you talking about? That perverted freak or perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. And how? Ow. No one cares. Witness? When did you receive your driver's license? Like last November? What? November? The accident happened last May. That's a half-year lapse in time, Mr. Wright. What in that's what happened, Mr. Wright. At the time of the accident, Miss Meanie did not have a driver's license. Eric. Ow. Crying and my whip will accommodate. Anyway, without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm like glad you get it, but like even if I had my license, I like don't think my sister would have like let me drive. Don't just stand there, humming to yourself. Not you too, Mia, with the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Meanie, why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyway? Huh? That's because I think the situation calls for more detailed testimony, Miss Meanie. Like how annoying. Oops, like sorry. Didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed, okay? Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sis was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. So like would say things like, no way I'm letting a noob drive my car. That's how you spell noob? I thought it was N-O-O-B. I guess not. So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. Okay. I see. A bright red car for sports. Now then, the defense may question the witness. I'm not terribly knowledgeable about cars, but okay. I feel this might be a matter of me just like pressing her until she makes a mistake. Like around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. So what do you mean by really close? Like I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Then you would have been allowed. Oh wait, no, she wouldn't let her drive the car though because it's new. Gotcha. Permit. Wow. The big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is. Well, this lawyer never had a permit. Ow. Ignorance is to be whipped. What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? My sis was like this totally big fan of squares and like really valued them. Okay. She valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like she'd flip out like a drop of rain. And like she would have noticed if someone like touched the car door with dirty hands. In that case, why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Yeah, press harder. Why not? Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. See how she drops the accent whenever I press about the sister? Because it's like I'm attacking her because she is the sister. New car. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Phoenix. Try asking something of more significance, all right? Well, Miss Meanie, what kind of car was it? She like had just gotten this really shiny, bright red sports car. It was a new car. Yeah. She had like just gotten it. It was like from the UK. The UK. Were those her boyfriend's initials? And it was a real special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love for cars would be the obvious next topic, okay? I really don't know anything about cars, but I have a feeling this was bound to come up. Your Honor, yes? Please have the witness append with what she just said to her testimony. Append or amend? Am I tripping? You mean the part about being a special import car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much, then that's not my point. Though, to be honest, I don't know what the point is either. It is append. Okay, I just saw it on my stream. Ms. Meanie, will you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a totally special model from England. Okay. I yelled, hold it, pretty forcefully, but I don't actually know what to ask about cars. Ask for the heck of it. So yes, what am I supposed to pick for the topic? Let's start with this. Why are British cars good? Like, huh? They're expensive and their driver's seat is opposite of our cars from here in the States. Ooh, true. True. Hold on. She said she got out on the passenger side. If she ever says she got out on the right side of the vehicle, that would mean she was the one driving it. That's an interesting note. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Watch me forget. It would seem there is no benefit to owning one. Like, huh? This whole steering wheel on the right side thing is kind of goofy, isn't it? What do you know? The sleek shape, the raw feeling of Mabel. Forgive me. Her personality really changes at the drop of a hat. It's interesting, isn't it, Phoenix? Bit by bit, we're beginning to see the real contradiction behind this case. Exactly. See, Mia knows what I'm talking about. She would say things like, "No way am I letting a noob drive my car." Was your sister good at driving? She was, totally awesome. She, said she was going to be, racing queen of the nursing world. Somehow I think she bumped my question off track again. Cool, that didn't last too long. So, that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night, too. And that was when the accident occurred, correct? Yeah. I, immediately reached for the passenger side door. and fled like in a daze. Sounds like you had a terrifying time. There is something very big here. It's going to be hard to break apart such a natural sounding testimony, but we have to attack it. And by doing so, a flaw will show itself. It has to. Do you really think so? Believe. There is a path. I know it. She almost sounded like a prophet for a second there. Getting my licenses was like totally a big fan of getting cars. She valued them. She knew car was a totally special model from England. Okay. Late last night, two women's car crashed into a highway center divided. One of the women was not able to escape the flaming wreckage and died at the site. Ongoing investigation has revealed that the driver had fallen asleep at the wheel. I was like totally tired and I dropped off to sleep. Then there was this crash and like I woke up in a huge sea of flames. I was like still half asleep, so I opened the right door. Oh, I knew if we found something like that we'd have her. Okay. Why I ended up in the driver's passenger seat that night too. No. Which one is the one where I presented though? Any of these? She says there's nowhere to let a noob drive the car. But she had to be driving the car because of what it says in here. Let me save. I felt like I remember hearing how she got out on the right side too. That's why I had to check that. I just had a funny feeling. I'm just gonna hope that I'm right though. Is that not the right one? Your Honor. Yeah, that was the wrong one. I have the right idea. I just don't know which one to present it on. But I have the right idea though. Model from England. But in a car, she like really valued them. Like around that time, it was really fun. Is it the last statement then? Or do I present on the statement that I got her to append? I got it. Let's go. Miss Meanie. Do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You said you had said this in it. But I opened the right door and like got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you suddenly asking me about that? Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? The left or the right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it were an American car, but it would be the opposite in a British car. Opposite. The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be on the left side. Ooh. What do you mean by this? Miss Meanie, you said that you escaped using the right side door of the car. And she also said she couldn't see her sister. She wouldn't just crawl over her sister out of the driver's side without seeing her because she was driving. But if you were sitting there, that means you were in the driver's seat. Let's go. Order, order in the court. Order, order. Order. Mr. Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Eni said the person who was driving the car was her older sister, Meanie Manny. That is what Eni said, yes, but that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere all of this is a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Eni or Meanie? Who was really driving that night? No, Mimi was driving that night because she is her sister. I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this. Lock in. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. The answer is the one person who was driving a car license, who had her driver's license, Mimi Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could have been legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Eenie Meenie, was the one in the driver's seat, which leads us to the next question. The next question. Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. The witness's real name is... Boom. Mimi Miney. That is your real name. Of all the foolishness drivel. Then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had severe facial burns when she was admitted to the hospital. That's true. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery. This is the picture she gave her doctors at the time, her sister's driver's license, to pretend to be her. That's crazy. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. No, but Mimi Meenie, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found in the crash site. That was the body of the real Eenie Meenie. Isn't that right, Miss Mimi Meenie? Go ahead and fess up, bro. We got you. You're cooked. You're done. Let's go. That car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Eenie Meenie. Her sister Mimi then stole her face and was reborn as Eenie. With this, she officially erased Mimi Meenie from existence. That's why freaking Maya never channeled her. Because she was never dead. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What does it mean of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse that died in the crash, Mimi Meenie. However, that would not have been possible. Because Mimi Meenie was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered had the channeling been conducted. But this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. It was what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting the witness about communicating with the dead. And in the moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Eenie, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Mimi Mining. That quack doctor. He got what he deserved in the end. I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself to become your own sister? I think I understand why. Mimi wanted her old self to disappear because of this. The newspaper clipping right here, because she was forever attached to this. But if she was dead, it wouldn't matter. She could just be her sister, who didn't have that. It was like a fresh, clean slate. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Mimi Meanie. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Mimi Meanie had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that incident, and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all. The only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident. Her sister, even her own face. This was her last chance. Her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of the channeling mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo. Becoming Eni had been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it. I hate it all. Damn, she never cared about this shit at all. She only cared about the cars. I believe there are still a few unresolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Meanie choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Fay agree to help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fay. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Francisca from Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight. Mr. From Karma, how about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Ow, 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 damn. Damn, stop. Bro. And one more for good measure. Damn. Phoenix. Hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix. This court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness. So I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Let's go. That is all. The court is adjourned. June 22nd, 3:13 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Congratulations, Maya. Sis. That's cool. And this is the first time she's actually been able to talk to her, because she's always been the one channeling her. So that's pretty cool. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis. I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Mimi had planned to open the door to the channeling chamber herself. And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fay who had committed murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick, congrats, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out of another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to ever happen again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt. Hey Nick, tell me why my aunt went and did something so horrible. Why would she help Meanie with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. Maya, it's over. Why don't we just let it be? Nick, please. I need an answer. The reason Morgan helped Mimi with her plan was... I ain't gonna lie. I don't actually know. Is it this right here because she's part of the Branch family? I'm gonna try it. We ain't gonna lose no lives. I mean, we're chilling. I don't get it. Yeah, me neither. Even I don't really know why Morgan cooperated with Mimi mining. Look, this whole thing is over now. So let's not dwell on it, okay? Yeah, thanks, Nick. I just don't know the answer to this one. I'm just as confused about the situation as she is. So why the thanks? Was that wrong? Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement. Cell 13. What the hell? My precious Pearl. You're the only one suitable to be the master of the current dear child. I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Hey, we did it. We did it. People be thinking they can stop me with all these puzzles, alright? Can't stop me. I'm really out here. I'm really like that, bro. And I'm also really hungry and tired, so I'm gonna go eat. But now we know what's next. Episode 3 seems like it's gonna be more focused on Francisca. Turnabout Big Top. I have no clue what this is. But that last one was pretty tough, so I can only imagine it's only gonna get harder from here. We'll certainly see, though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the stream. Please. Please.